Shalini Passi, it's such a pleasure to be in Mumbai with you. How are you?
Good, thank you for having me.
Thank you for making time because ever since the release of Fabulous Lives versus Bollywood Wives, you have been the talk of the town, you have been the talk of the internet, you have been the talk of the world actually. How does it make you feel knowing the reaction that you've had to that series?
Well, actually, it's been quite humbling because I'm receiving so much love from all over the world, so it just humbles me more. Like, whatever that 10% of evilness that I have, or
No, come
I want to
on.
not even have that anymore.
You know, the show and its success is incredible considering you were somebody who never wanted to face the camera. You never wanted to be in front of the camera. And look at you now, you are a diva in your own right. You look so glam. What is this transformation that's happened?
So I had a phobia of the camera till 2018. There are barely any pictures of me because I felt that when the image came out, I looked very strong. You know, I could see myself and it was a personality which was very strong. I felt my eyes were very intense, and so I would sort of not like to take pictures or be in front of the camera. But then for me, it's also always been about doing things that I'm afraid of. So it was actually a journey to be photographed, still photography, then video.
You know, the journey is incredible, and actually your attitude throughout the show is what people have really admired. I'm going to come on to your attitude, your personality, your affirmations in a moment. But first, it's really important to understand that for a long time, Bollywood and cricket were seen to be the only two ways that you could become famous in India.
Yeah.
And today you have 1.5 million followers on social media, and that's growing by the day, and you have this huge following of people who know who you are. What does that say about the landscape of entertainment in India today?
Well, I think, cinema and cricket have always captured everybody's imagination because it gives us those heroes, those moments that everybody lives for. And I think the Indian audience is so diverse that there's always space for more. It's just that the creative people have to experiment. Somebody from a different field can also, be as popular as somebody from cinema. And I think that time has come because we need heroes. People need heroes to save them, We need inspiration. Like, I take inspiration from everything and everyone. And it's always been about, doing the next thing for me, moving on and learning new things. So,
You know, the heroes that you mentioned is really good that you said that because people want real life heroes.
Yeah.
We've had enough heroes on the big screen. We want real life heroes whose personalities we can connect with. What do you think it was about your personality that really connected with so many people?
well, I was just being true to myself. There are things that I don't do and I will not do, and my friends can vouch for it. My friends, often joke and say, she's really actually not a good person. She's just scared of karma. She's just scared of doing bad things. She actually doesn't. She's just a karma collector. That's what my friends call me.
A karma collector.
Karma collector, yeah.
How lovely.
Yeah.
So that means you're collecting all the good karma
Good
in the
karmas,
world
yeah.
and not putting anything negative out there
As much as I can.
because you don't want
Intentionally.
to collect negative karma from anybody else either.
I don't want to collect negative karma from anybody else or from my actions or my even thoughts. They say even if you think bad thoughts, that also affects your karma. So I try, even if I think something bad about somebody, I'm like, get out of it. No.
Sometimes though, human nature, Shalini, is that we often do find ourselves getting trapped in negative thoughts. It's human nature. Sometimes if somebody's not nice to you, or you feel like you've been hard done by, or you feel like somebody hasn't spoken to you very nicely, it's very easy to manifest negative
Yeah.
thoughts. So how do you, because you are a beacon of hope for all of us. Your positivity,
Really?
yes, honestly,
Thank you.
you are a beacon of hope for many, many people. How do you prevent yourself from manifesting negative thoughts?
So there are few things that I've learned over the years and I've been practicing them. The first is that I always look at the person and I feel that maybe they've not had a good day, maybe they're not happy in their personal life, or maybe they're not happy in their work life, maybe they are just struggling with some other things and it's coming out on me. I just feel that I'm grateful to God that I was born in this country where women have equal rights, and I was born in a privileged family. So I count my blessings And I sometimes feel that maybe that person is going through just a rough time, so rather let it go. Second, of course, karma. And third, of course, that their understanding sometimes is limited, right? So,
You know, one of the interesting things about the show is that the show Fabulous Lives versus Bollywood Wives works on the basis of gossip. Gossip is central to everything. The
Yeah.
drama and the gossip is what drives the narrative.
Yeah.
And here you were on this show,
Yeah.
who was an anomaly because you actually would step away from the gossip. You would step away from the drama. Did you think that actually you wouldn't be successful on the show because you weren't buying into the drama?
so for me, it was, I'm immersed in the process, which I thoroughly enjoy. I don't have time to think, talk about other people's insecure, because in situations dissolve, and
Yeah.
they're not important after say a year or 6 months. But the energy that you give out is important. My son and my friends were very worried because I hate gossiping. So they were very, very worried about me. They would say, watch this show, watch this, now this is your homework.
What did you watch? What was your homework?
So they said watch Dubai Bling, and they said there's one with in New York.
Okay,
New
like one
York.
of the like Real Housewives type
Yes.
programs.
So,
Yeah.
but I couldn't watch it. I was just not. And my friends are like, oh, you should not be taking art classes. Now it should be, this is your homework. Your homework has changed. They were very worried how I'll do. But I was like, I'm going to just be myself,
You know, it was refreshing because, like I said, gossip and drama is what sells the show, and we enjoy it. Let's be honest, as audiences, the reason
But
the
why do you enjoy it? I'm actually amazed that why would you enjoy, like when I see people fighting on, and then the sound comes on, in the sometimes, and it gives me palpitation when I feel that. Like, do human beings want to feel under stress? Do you enjoy actually watching those sounds and people getting angry at each other? Isn't it disturbing?
This is a very good question you raised because I think as a society we are
I
conditioned.
just don't understand.
We are conditioned as a society, I think, to thrive on drama because we don't want drama in our own lives. We don't want drama in our own lives, but watching it in somebody else's life from a distance is entertainment.
Yeah.
But you've changed that. Let's pause for a
Yeah.
moment because we've got some
Thanks.
French toast. Thank you so much. We'll place the French toast in the middle as
I
well.
love French toast. Thank you.
French toast is beautiful.
Shall I pour the maple syrup?
No, I'll pour it myself. It'll go otherwise also.
Enjoy.
There we
Thank
go. Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
I think we enjoy watching drama in other people's lives as entertainment because when you watch it on TV, you still think it's fictional, but it's not fictional. This is real. These are real people's lives. And actually, when we saw you not buying into the drama, not buying into the gossip, that was really refreshing. For you, how hard was it not to bite back, not to give back, not to fight back?
How hard is it for me not to eat this? How hard would it be for someone to have this in front of them and not take a bite? It's just your strength.
So it's temptation, though.
It is temptation
So were
because
you
it's
tempted?
a release. So it's a release, right?
Yes.
It's because it's building up, and we all are human beings, right? But I think for me, it was more like, it's more like, words you can never take back, So I didn't want to hurt anybody. I didn't want to say things which would hurt them. And that was it. And that is my stand, and that has always been because, like my son says, you can destroy anybody you want. But I won't.
Okay, so in that case, if I mention the other women's names, I want you to say one thing about each of them, about how you really feel, okay? Mahip.
Mahit. Actually, the first thing that came to my mind was beautiful, but I think she's much more than that. She's a strong personality.
Bhavna.
Sweetheart,
Seema.
fun,
Neelam.
very professional.
That's
But she's very focused. When you
Okay.
see her,
Yes.
she's very she's to the thing. She speaks well. She wouldn't go off topic. She's very you know,
Proper.
which is great, and proper but in a great way, because it's very like I'll float on into a conversation, and I'm very, she's very, which is lovely,
Ridhima,
beautiful,
Kalyani.
family.
And then I'm going to say Gauri, because Gauri is a part of the entire show as well. Gauri.
Yeah. Lovable.
You know, I think the fact that you did not give in to the temptation of gossip and drama on the show also says a lot about kindness and patience and just the idea of allowing people to have different thoughts to you and different opinions to you, and not always having to find the right answer or the final answer or have the final word. Just give our audience some advice on how we can all be a little bit more like that, please, Shalini.
So, you know, when for many years my friends used to say you're very boring.
You're not boring at all.
So they say you're very boring, you don't gossip, you don't this thing, you don't that thing. So for me, I think it's about, I'm never going to make fun of anybody. I rather make fun of myself, and no one gets hurt. And that's how, like, when you read about a lot of comedians or stand-up comedians, they're making fun of themselves.
Yeah.
But the audience are like loving it, and nobody's getting hurt, right?
Is it hurtful for you when you saw the other women on the show talking about you?
I've seen the show in bits. I've not seen the full show yet.
Would you watch the full show?
I haven't seen yet.
You, as in the show, the series that released already, you still haven't watched it in full?
No.
Why is that?
Just like that. Because I just feel like, I'll feel, oh, my nose is looking fat.
Oh no!
And my cheeks are looking fat. Because I look bigger on the camera.
Yes.
I'm little.
You're petite in real life. You're,
Yeah. Because I look much bigger in the camera.
So that's why you don't want to watch
I'm
it.
like, I'm looking very healthy, but I'm not so healthy.
You know, it was just great to see a woman on screen who had so many
But
hobbies.
also I'm self-absorbed. So what happens is that if you are like, in my mind, if I'm somewhere and, I've already checked out of the conversation, in my head I'm already doing my project, or I have to learn some lines for an interview for UNICEF. So my mind is already there. Like, I had to travel to Bihar post during the shooting for my project that we're doing with UNICEF. So my mind is working there. So this is just another part of the work that I do.
But this part of the work that you do has taken over the last 3 months of your life, right?
1 year. But the last 3 months have actually...
After the show has released.
So post-show, I was supposed to go for a vacation, and I had to cancel it because there was so much request from the media for interviews, and earlier I was very hesitant. I said no, I'm leaving, but my DMs were filled with messages from women from all over the world, first telling me how much they loved me, then saying how I inspired them, and third, they started sending me videos of their moms, of their daughters, of parties, and then asking for help, asking like, how can I do this? So then I thought, let me just get, like the media is offering to interview, so I can't reply to everyone, so
you can convey your message
convey
through the
your
media.
message, because they were asking so many questions, how to be like this, how to do, because a lot is not put in. So
I think one of the key things that came from the show for me was when I was watching it, obviously because there's 4 women who have already been part of the show, your connection as an audience immediately goes to those 4 women because you have an established relationship with them as an audience. But then when you came in, you were so refreshing and you really lit up the screen that at first, one sees you and they think, oh, Shalini, she's quite quirky. She's got her own quirks about her. She's different from the rest of the women. And then after a day, after a couple of days, you start thinking, actually, she's so much better off as an individual for not being part of the same kind of space, for not being the same personality, for having her own unique identity.
Yeah.
How hard or how easy has it been for you to build an identity of yourself and not be caught up in what is seen to be cool by society?
Yeah. So I got married when I was 20 years old. I was still at university, and I had to adjust to the Delhi society, which was all about getting dressed, lunches with the daughters and the daughter-in-laws, and weddings, big weddings in Delhi. So Delhi has a quite a amazing social scene, as we all know. And coming from an art background, my parents were fairly very simple. My grandparents were Arya Samajis. They believed in simple living and high thinking. That was his motto. And so coming from that to a space which was very very glamorous, which was getting dressed every day. Uh, it was, if I could I could master that, I can master anything. This was just a cakewalk for me. So even there, I made my presence. Like I've made friends, but I don't talk to those friends often. But I'm there. Like they'll always call me, and but they know I'm different. So they know me from that point to now. They know whether I'll be there, not there. If I'll come for 10 minutes. And they love me and they know that I'm different and they've accepted it.
But
and they were very, very, they used to keep calling me all the time. They were very concerned about me. They're like, you are totally unlike, you will not be able to this thing. And, so you will not be able to, it's a lot. And being in the media, you will not be able to handle it. Don't say anything. Don't have your soups. Don't have your juices. So I said, I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm not going to lie and say, I'm having dal chawal. I don't eat dal chawal.
But the thing is, when you know that other people might have an opinion on your behavior, how do you block out that noise? How do you be unapologetic about who you are?
So my diet is Ayurvedic. I have raw foods till 6 o'clock, which is in our culture, and and I have about like different kind of vegetables, like 10 to 12 different kind of vegetables which I'm consuming during the day, also including ghee and all the Ayurvedic
Yes.
Spices and powders and whatever. The thing is that I feel that my lifestyle is for me to be healthy and for me to be functional. And I feel actually bad for them, because if they are consuming carbs, sugar, wines, drinking, smoking, not waking up on time, it's like I actually feel bad for them. So if they reach out to me for help saying, I don't like this lifestyle where I'm having bread in the morning, and I can tell them what to do and I do. But it's like my opinion against theirs. No, it's like when you go and you meet a yogi and the yogi is meditating. Now the yogi is not going to feel bad that this person is thinking that yogi is missing out on watching television, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I have my lifestyle which works for me, for my health, and they have theirs.
When you're in an area or in a space, like for example, you've come from Delhi to Mumbai, you're here for this interview. Mumbai is not your hometown. This is not where you live, but everybody here thinks differently to how you think. Everybody here behaves differently to how you behave. You might think that for your health, for your well-being, your lifestyle is better, but according to them, going to late night parties and that lavish lifestyle is what they know as the norm. So when you're surrounded by that being the norm and you being the odd one out, do you ever start questioning, like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing? Am I following the right practice?
So I have friends who are, who love partying and still in their 40s, 50s. They're still behaving like 20-year-olds, which is great. And I love them for it. And I have friends who don't go out at all. And I have friends who are artists, and I have friends who are architects or doctors. Each one of them has a different lifestyle. Maybe I'm in so many different pockets that I have that respect. Like I'm very respectful of everybody's choices, lifestyle, but I want to also be on my own. Missing out, I don't at all. I love going for big events, functions, getting photographed and quietly leaving, doing the red carpet and leaving. In fact, I barely socialize.
Right,
There's
really?
an impression that I go out a lot, but actually don't go out. It's all about what people think.
The perception.
But my friends know that I don't go out anywhere. It's
So
like,
what
but
do
I
you
would
do?
get dressed. What do? I run an art foundation. It's called MASH. And it's an online platform, as well as we have exhibitions. We support Indian contemporary artists. Then I pray almost 2 hours a day, 1.5 to 2 hours a day. I work out, I dance for an hour every day, and then Pilates for an hour
Every day.
every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
So
have
it's
such an active, full...
discipline. It's very disciplined. I'm like, I have a schedule like a child has,
Yeah.
because otherwise I can just keep dancing for 2 hours. But it's like, now the dance teachers come and now the Pilates teachers come, and it's very regimented. My life is very regimented. It's like minute to minute.
See, because your life is like that, there is no time for
There
gossip.
is no time. Like, I would forget talking to someone. Like, my mom would like pick up the phone and say, I heard this happened. I heard something happened. And she said, you didn't tell me. My staff, like something happened and my staff informed, this something's happened in the house, or, some whatever.
Yeah.
She said, but you didn't tell me that this happened. I said, but Mama, what is there to tell? It's happened. We've taken care of it. It's sorted.
And you move on.
And you move on. And she's like, your sister calls me 5 times a day to tell me everything. I said, but she said, you don't even... I said, but I'll talk to you like for fun. I won't talk. I would not just call you up and say, oh, this is the situation. I said, rather than talking about it, I like to go in and tackle it. Like, I was doing a session with my therapist over Zoom, and Sam is also on the show. And there was an earthquake. So she's on the Zoom, and there's an earthquake in Delhi. And so she's like, I was like, oh, there's an earthquake happening. So I picked up the phone. I called up my staff. I said, earthquake aa raha hai. Up, go out of the house. So informing the staff.
But you were still in the house.
No, so Sam is still there. I'm still having the Zoom call on the other phone. I start walking out, telling the staff, move out. So my therapist is like, should I call you later? This earthquake happening. I said, no, don't worry.
It's an earthquake.
It's an earthquake. I said, I'll walk down. I'm going out. I went out in the garden. I'm still having my session. And I'm evacuating the staff, calling up everybody one by one. And nobody is coming out. They're like taking their own sweet time to walk out.
Shalini,
so I'm calling literally every part of the house and saying, evacuate. There's an earthquake, guys. Can't you feel it?
But while you're still having a therapy session at the same time.
She's like anybody else would have
Panicked.
Yes.
You do understand that you're a unique personality, right?
I don't know.
You do know that you are not like everybody else.
My grandmother always said that, but I thought she just said it to make me feel special.
You are definitely somebody special. You are definitely somebody special.
I think all grandparents say that to their grandchildren.
But you have something very unique about you. There is a certain calm.
It's a belief. It's the belief about things that when things have to happen, they happen. It's like if I have to go, I have to go. But my responsibility at that moment was my staff.
But do you know this calm that you have, this belief that you have, do you think this comes from privilege? Because you're in an environment where you have the luxury of being able to be calm.
Of course.
You have a lifestyle that allows you the space to behave as you would wish to,
yes,
without any sort of repercussions or consequences.
No, but saying that, of course, there's that safety net of having wealth, of having education, of knowing that, okay, these are my options, right? And that's why that feeling of my entire work is non-for-profit. Like whatever I earn on the modeling goes to UNICEF India. But I think the strength comes in from belief. It's like I walked once, I'd gone to Amarnath and there was rain and landslide. And I continued walking and I wasn't scared because I said if Lord Shiva wants to whatever, it's his will. If there's a landslide, it's there. I just kept walking in the rain.
I'm going to ask you a very crass question. What's it like being rich?
What's it like being rich? It gives you a lot of freedom to pursue the things you want to do. It also makes you a little careless and not so responsible about finances, which is not a very good thing because it's like a two-edged sword, right? Because the money that is offered to you is you feel it's not important, right? But it also keeps you away from being professional.
It keeps you away from
being strict, being in I have to get up and do this. So, and that's where I, in my life, when this thing happened, that you want to do something but you're not motivated enough because you don't need to work, right?
Yes. So you have to discipline
But
yourself.
you have to discipline yourself also. Then what are your goals, right? When I look around me, everybody is mostly like either vacationing or shopping or having parties. But what was my goal? There was by 2017-18, I felt that I could not go on any more vacations.
You'd seen the world?
I have not seen the world, but I felt that like great to go on vacation, great to do skiing and everything, but there is more to life. Like I wasn't born just to vacation or throw parties. So started looking for a higher goal, and after talking to a lot of people, lot of pandits, lot of gurus, reading books, came to the conclusion that the only way you can get discipline if you're not working for yourself is work for a higher cause.
You know,
So from that moment on, I dedicated my life for a higher cause, helping others. Because that's what, see, because I don't need to work. But what makes me get up from my bed is that 100 people are dependent on me. 100 people will be benefited if I get up and go to a shoot and that money is going to charity. That became a motivation. And that is what has been driving me.
I think that did come through in the show as well, that you are working for a higher purpose. But one other thing that really came through.
Did it?
Yeah, it did come through because you're so detached from the drama. You're so detached from the drama that you can see that gossip is just a frivolous thing that is meaningless and it's just background noise to you. It means nothing, and you can really see that in the show
Yeah.
that you're working towards something bigger and
See,
better.
because I know my truth, right? I know my truth.
How important is it for you to be kind as well? Because kindness is another thing that really shone through. You know, there are a lot of people who thought that you were being picked on the show. There are a lot of people, and I use this word lightly, but there were a lot of people who thought you were being bullied on the show. And I had done an interview with Seema where I had asked her, like, you know, looking back, can you see why your actions and the actions of the others might have been misconstrued as bullying? And she said, I do see that. But Shalini is a really fun person. She spoke very highly of you. I think you had seen that clip as well. I think I had shared it with you on Instagram, but I'll send it to you again. But
No, I remember. There was but a lot going on that time.
Yes,
Must have
yes.
missed it.
But you know, your kindness is what really shone through. So how important is it to be kind?
So I practice a lot to be kind as much as I can. Someone that day Karan said to me, she says, now you become a big star, now you're going to become arrogant. I said, Karan, I was always arrogant. Now I'm humbled because the way people are idolizing me, I don't even want to have that bit of arrogance, ego in me anymore. Because now I feel that like if the audiences could see through me so much, like I don't even want that bit of unkindness, whatever else ego I have, because I want to be kind. I don't want to be that person who is angry, because that's like a cycle, right? You can't stop it. It's like a cycle of when you take sugar, it's addiction.
Well, the reason
Because that release it's like power. Like when you're being unkind, it's actually like, it's almost like, you know how, it's like addiction. It's like, you have the power to be unkind to someone because you don't think they're important enough or they are not powerful enough, and then that's like a high, right?
Well, I think what you did is you captured.
Because I get a high when I dance. I get a high when I'm doing things. I get
You
a
haven't
high
mentioned singing yet. You get a high when you sing as well.
So I used to swing better than this before the pandemic.
So you're
So
saying
I went to London.
Yes.
I never got COVID in my country. Never. I went to UK. I got Omicron. And it was terrible. I was in the hospital, and that changed my voice.
It changed your voice.
I had no lung strength. It sort of changed my voice in the sense I was not able to sing. The voice was not, I don't know what happened. Something did happen. And then after that, I've not been practicing.
And then you sung for the show.
And then, they said, no, we'll just, I sang for
Because
the show
Shalini,
because
I
I
also-
do singing
I also
classes
think
and
I can
Master
sing.
G.
I also think I can
everybody,
sing.
But this is the idea. We all sing. Like I sing bhajans, I sing kavalis, I sing, when I'm in a temple or somewhere or a
I sing all the
gurudwara.
time.
I sing all the time. So So people are like scared to sing because
I think we should be allowed to believe that we can sing.
everybody can sing, and it's a release, because you see, the thing is, we need release.
I
It's
feel
like,
so happy when I sing. Anything.
yeah, exactly.
Even
Don't
if,
you?
Even if I
It's
sound
terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, I've sounded terrible, and my master ji said, "Madam, आप बिल्कुल ready नहीं है, अभी मत गाइए, थोड़े classes लीजिए."
Can we sing together?
Yeah.
What shall we sing? Let's sing something
Whatever we are
fun. What's your
allowed to
favorite
sing.
song?
Many have many favorite songs. Which
You
one
sang
do you like?
Mitwa on the show, right?
Yeah.
I love Mitwa. Should we sing
I
Mitwa?
love- No, I don't have that.
You don't
this
have
year.
the sur? You don't have.
This is this. No, you can
I
sing
could sing
something
Mere
else.
Man Ye Bata.
No, you sing another song.
Another one. Which one? What should we
You
sing?
say? Which one?
Janna Meria?
No, it's too high.
It's too high. We need to go
Yeah.
lower. Like,
What,
like
you know,
what?
like Pakiza songs.
पाकीज़ा अब आप क्या कह रही है शालिनी मुझे कहाँ लेके जा रही है
Why?
पाकीज़ा
नहीं?
पाकीज़ा का क्या
That
इन्हीं
just
लोगों
नहीं,
ने
जुस्तजू जिसकी थी उसको तो ना. You don't know this one.
No.
Okay, then which one do you know? We'll sing that.
I know DDLJ songs. I know कुछ कुछ होता है songs. I know कभी खुशी कभी गम songs.
तुझे याद न मेरी आई
किसी से अब क्या कहना
तुझे याद न मेरी आई
किसी से अब क्या कहना
दिल रोया
ते अकबर आई
दिल रोया
के अकबर आई किसी से अब क्या कहना
See,
We are such good singers.
Yeah.
Why has
You're on the-
nobody given us a song?
now we'll get an opportunity.
We'll do a duet together.
Yeah.
We are the new Alka Yagnik and Udit Narayan.
No.
We are the new Shreya Ghoshal and
No, we
Arijit
are the
Singh.
new ourselves.
We are the new Shalini and Haroon.
Yeah, you have to be. Everyone has to have. Some say, oh, sometimes when I was young, people used to say, oh, you look like so and so. So I say, I look like myself.
Yes.
Like, guys, I've always been like that. I say, I look like myself.
Well, then let's end on that note, because if I could have my phone for a moment, I would like you to give our audience some positive affirmations, because what you do, Shalini, is you inspire people to be positive, to be happy, to be kind, to be generous. And I think when you say these things, we take them seriously. I'll be really honest with you.
Really?
I really worry about my skin, so I've stopped holding grudges. Thanks to you.
So proud of you.
I've stopped holding grudges, because grudges do what?
Judges do what? Yeah, they spoil your skin.
Spoil your
Yeah.
skin.
You can't sleep, then you get dark circles.
We don't want dark circles, we don't want bad skin. We
Yeah.
want to be positive and we want to be happy. So, I'm going to give you some scenarios. I want you to tell us how we could deal with these scenarios in a less judgmental, more kind, more Shalini Passi kind of way. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Say I am at a wedding and I am being judged by aunties and uncles for still being single. How should I deal with that scenario?
Well, aunties and uncles, you have to actually, many times I've seen other friends or cousins get caught in this, and I think you just need to give your auntie a big hug, because they are just concerned about you, but they don't understand how happy you are being single.
But some of them are gossips, Shalini. Some of them really
But
they just
see-
want the drama.
See, this is the thing that you have to understand, that they got married when they were very young. They probably didn't want to get married. They were not allowed to study further. They were not allowed to have work. They were not allowed to work, and they had to be probably in a joint family. And they're really, really frustrated. And when they see you working, when they see you going out, so it just feels different.
What about when I am at a restaurant and somebody is looking at how much food there is in my plate and they're judging me for eating too much? What am I supposed to do in that scenario?
Don't eat.
Don't eat.
Yeah, if there's too much food, then don't eat.
Oh, so this is a me problem.
This is a you problem.
But I'm enjoying
But
myself.
human being eating is not entertainment. It's for sustenance.
So we need to change our mindset.
You need to eating food.
Yes.
Eating too much food is not for, doesn't help. It's just extra calories. It just doesn't help. You need that much only to eat.
Okay.
Just to stay fit.
No, but I need you
Have
to
a
give me,
natural.
you need to make me feel better. You're making that other person feel better who's judging me.
What do you say? You just say like, Auntie, chill, have another one.
Because
Yeah.
what most people say is, or what people want to say is, it's not like आपके पैसे का तो नहीं खा रहा मैं वैसे. That's what you want to say to the auntie who's judging how much you're eating, but we
Yeah.
shouldn't think like that.
No, you shouldn't. Your own mindset has to change in many ways. I feel you can't. You have to have like a DuPont on you.
Okay, there are a lot of people who judge others for the clothes that they wear,
Yeah.
saying that this is too revealing or this is
Yeah.
too short or you shouldn't dress like this.
Yeah.
What positive affirmations can we give to those people?
I think, of course, you have to be appropriately dressed and respect your host and all that. But I think cultural differences are there always, and how people perceive. I think you have. If you want to wear, you have to be like just bindas about it and not care.
So,
Not care.
in all three of these scenarios, you have taught me that we must not retaliate. We don't
There
retaliate.
is no need to retaliate, because you see, if they are spending time thinking about you, talking about you, their life is very, very empty. They have nothing. Like, if you are just doing your thing, you're getting ready, you're working, you don't have time to think, okay, what the person next door is thinking about me. But if I'm not doing something wrong, right?
Yes.
If I'm not hurting anybody, if I'm just leading my life, I want to eat a little bit more, a little bit less, wear a short skirt, wear a long skirt. I mean, people always, when I got married, everybody said I was very simple. Then I started dressing up. So everybody said like excessive dressing. Then I shaved my head.
You shaved your head.
I shaved my hair 4 times
Wow.
in Tirupati.
Wow, amazing.
And then those times I was dressing very simply. So my friends were like, itni sadgi bhi nahi, I never used to wear any jewelry. This is very, very simple for about 8 years. And now it's like now my friends don't say anything. They know they can say what, once my friend told me, like one of my closest friends, she says, these Judith Lieber bags, I hate them. They're so weird. I say, but I love them. I say, why should I be carrying a Berlin or a Kelly, because I'm not going to work.
Shalini, it has been an absolute pleasure absorbing your energy, because you have so much positive energy and such a positive aura around you, and long may you continue like this as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.